Hi there, my name is Julia and I am taking a stab at translating company operations for freelancers. I am also trying to keep all my videos under 15 minutes because I just think that after that it gets so boring. So this is part 2 of my last video, which is what are the main first steps that you need to take to organize your business, to start acting as a sole proprietor, separating what's your sole proprietorship and your numbers and your bank account and your email to what you are personally. Because as we already learned, a sole proprietorship and yourself are legally one. So there's no legal separation within the business structure, but it is very important that you separate a few things. So in the last video, we went over the first 3 steps, which was deciding if you're going to operate under your legal name or under a company name and file for a DBA, doing business as. Step number 2, making sure that you do or do not need a license to operate. And step number 3, which is optional, creating a business email. If you do want to separate and create a business email, I also went over step by step and created a new email with you. Today, we are going to be talking about step number 4, 5, and 6, which are the last 3 steps, in my opinion, for you to be fully organized and ready to start your sole proprietorship, or just to organize if you already have it running. So step number 4, opening a bank account. Everything is just easier and more organized when you have your business numbers separated. Then you don't have to look at your credit card statements and your bank statements and try to figure out what was your business and what was yourself. And this will help you to, 1, understand the net profitability or the net loss of your business, because you'd see everything that is coming out and in the bank account, and you're not gonna really have that confusion of, did I spend that money personally or was it for the business, and kind of just give an excuse for your business to be either failing or being very successful and not even knowing. So first point is just overall organization. 2, you will need that organization to file your taxes correctly at the end of the year. So you have a few options. You can walk into a bank branch, a Citibank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and in person you can open a bank account. Funny story, I just moved to a new town and I used to have Citibank. I still do a Citibank account. And that's what I had in New York. That was the bank that was close to the college that I went, St. John's. And I just walked into the Citibank branch that time. I opened a student account and that's still my main account to this day. Citibank does not have a branch in suburban Minnesota. I needed to have an actual bank here. And I decided to make this my business bank since I opened it and I had to go to the branch. And I have a branch across the street from me, and I live in a small town. It's just cross the street, go to the branch, there's no line, no one there. I sat down, in 30 minutes it was done. It was really easy. If you live in New York City, if you live in California, if you live in any busy city, or if you have a busy routine and your job doesn't allow you the time to go to an actual branch, open a bank account, do not worry, you can open one online and you can open one of those big banks online as well. Or there are a few options for startup-ish banks. Bluevine, Lily.co, and Mercury are great options. Mercury is my favorite. Unfortunately, you do need an EIN to open a business account with Mercury, and an EIN is a employer identification number. It is required for partnerships, LLCs, sole proprietor corporations, but they're not required for sole proprietorships. And as we discussed a few videos ago, I am all for making our lives easier. So if you don't need an EIN, you don't need to spend the time filing for an EIN. However, depending on your business, as we saw here on step 2, some certifications will ask you for an EIN. Or if you just want to file for an EIN so you have a number and you can open a business account instead of personal account, you can. Or you can see how to apply for a employer identification number, aka an EIN, and you can apply online. Here you have a whole lot of explanations about restrictions. Do I need an EIN? So you can read more about it and you can begin the application process here. Do I think it's worth having an EIN? just for the sake of a Mercury business bank account? No, I don't think so. I think you can open a regular bank account, but if you really do want a business bank account for whatever reason, maybe there's better benefits, maybe it's just easier to sync with your accounting going forward, I can see why those would be big reasons and benefits too. So you can open an EIN and have the EIN to file for a business account. So you would open a bank account, complete your application, you would wire funds for the account. So that would be your initial investment in your business. If you have been running your business and you've been selling your services for a while, that's fine. But now that we will have an actual P&L and balance sheet, and I'm going to show you how, if you'd like to. You would wire funds to that account, so you also have money to pay for the memberships. Remember that I said that we open an email, like I open an email account, a Gmail business account. I paid for the actual hosting of it and the actual domain, not hosting, and I had to enter a credit card in there. So again, select any bank that you'd like to open, complete your application, wire funds to that account, and create a credit or debit card so you can pay for your memberships, because you'll start having memberships. Simple enough. This is step number 4. Step number 5, opening a QuickBooks account or any accounting software. This is mostly for people who have already started selling something, or they have the idea of their business and they are in the phase that they would actually create a structure and organize. If you are ahead of the game, which is great, and you're trying to organize yourself to start a business, to start selling something, but you haven't yet, and you don't want to pay for the $35 a month that it is a QuickBooks account, all good. You can start with an Excel spreadsheet, just following the logic of entering all of your revenue, so the future revenue that you will receive, and all the costs that you are incurring to set up this business, so you have an idea how much is it costing to you. I highly recommend opening a QuickBooks account or any software, accounting software. It doesn't have to be QuickBooks. You can choose whatever's out there in the market. I chose QuickBooks because that's what I used to work with in New York. I'm very familiar with it. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is to open a QuickBooks account, and I'm gonna open one with you. I'm gonna go to the Google profile that I created, my business email, and I am gonna type QuickBooks.com. QuickBooks is part of Intuit. You might know this company because they own TurboTax, Credit Karma, and MailChimp. So you would buy now, simple start. This is perfect. It costs $35 a month. If you have never had a sale, if you don't want to spend $35 a month at this time, you don't have to. You can start your financial organization using a spreadsheet, and I can record a separate video just showing how to do that. I prefer starting with QuickBooks. I think it's just more streamlined, and that's what I would recommend if you do have the funds to spare. For the first 3 months, it's $17.50. So you can choose this plan. You probably don't have payroll right now. Payroll is if you have a full-time employee working for you. A full-time employee is different than someone who works as a freelancer, which you either have or might have in the future. A full-time employee is a full-time employee, someone who's on a W-2. And even if you do come to the point that you have a full-time employee, or if you already do, I wouldn't recommend you running payroll through QuickBooks. I would choose a different software for that. So I'm gonna click continue without payroll, and I am going to check out. And now I have my business credit card that I can use, and that's just gonna go straight to my business account. So I'm gonna do my new email. Okay, we're in. So you're inside your QuickBooks account, which again is a accounting software. Why do you need, in my opinion, an accounting software? Because you need to organize how much money is coming in and how much money is coming out of your business for the 2 main reasons that I mentioned before. One, you just need to understand the financial situation of your business for yourself. You need to see if your business is making money, or aka you as a sole proprietor, if you're making money with this or if you're losing money. And accounting software is going to provide you with something called the profit and loss statement, which is a financial document that shows how much money is coming in, how much is getting out, how much do you have left. So for your normal business knowledge, you need that. And 2, you also need that accuracy, that financial accuracy, so you can correctly pay your taxes at the end of the year. That's why I'm recommending for you to open a QuickBooks account. So let's go back. So once you're in and you paid for your subscription, you're gonna start what's your business called, what are you using this for? Nothing, I'm new to this. Industry, you're gonna include your industry. I'm the owner, just the owners. You can schedule a call with QuickBooks Expert. QuickBooks has a ton of information out there ready, but you can schedule a call with an expert and try to understand how to navigate the platform. I already will let you know they will try to sell their services at the end of this call and offer you a specialized accountant. For the start, going back to the concept, let's try to make our lives easier and cheaper. I wouldn't hire anyone in the beginning. I will do my best to show you what the core of what you need. But anyways, you can schedule this call. I'm gonna skip for now. So if you already have your bank open, this is where you link your bank account and credit card. Why? Because there's a connection between QuickBooks and most banks that allow QuickBooks to classify all that you are spending, and it would be already translated in an organized manner to your accounting system. So let's do this first. Let's organize you're gonna link your accounts. You're gonna type the name of your account, Wells Fargo. So I linked my Wells Fargo account and it's bringing all my transactions that I have inside of the account. So I have $2,000 inside of this account, and we just included the expense for QuickBooks in here and for my Gmail. I'm gonna skip this for now and just show you how it would look like. I don't wanna get set up for payments right now. We'll go over how to do this, but I'm gonna skip this for now, skip everything for now, and it's going to create my accounting software account for me. This is my and what yours QuickBooks account is gonna look like once you have an accounting software set up. Perfect. So step number 5, opening a QuickBooks account, Google QuickBooks into it, select a basic plan, add your company information, aka yourself, link your bank account. Steps completed. Now let's go to the 6th and final step for your sole proprietorship organization. Create an online folder and get organized. So this is pretty simple. We're gonna go back to our Google account. If you don't like using Google, that's completely fine by me. You can do this using Microsoft. You can have folders in your computer. Here are the reasons why I swear by having folders on the cloud and I choose to use Google. It's linked to your email, so it's easy to save documents directly from your email. It's so easy to have everything on the cloud. You don't have to carry your laptop everywhere. Easy to share and collaborate. You will be hiring freelancers at some point, and that's so easy just to give them the link of your Google folder and share documents with them. And I'm just more used to it. You can open any other account if that's what you prefer. The only recommendation here is create folders that are specific for things to keep you organized. Create a finance folder, create taxes folder, marketing and sales, whatever. Just have that going from the get-go and the mindset of this is a business now and I need to get organized. So I am going to create a new folder. I'm going to call it operations. And inside of this folder, I am going to start a document for logins. This is important because you will start having tons of logins. So just whatever simple manner that you have of what website, login, user, and password. So right now you have QuickBooks, you have your Gmail, and you have your bank. You might be thinking that's so risky to keep my passwords and my logins in a folder, in a Google Share folder. That's fine. You don't have to have your password. You can have tips and links to what you want. You can save everything the way that you do it. My suggestion is just to start writing it down to keep things organized. And now you have what I believe is the organization to start your sole proprietorship or to continue your business and what you've been doing in an organized manner. Because now you've had your DBA, or you made the decision to not open a DBA and operate under your name, and you'll follow that. You can always change that, but for now, you'll follow the decision. You already looked if you need a license to operate or not, so you're legally all set to operate in your state, in your city. You already created an email or decided to operate under your normal email, personal email, and you can include that in your invoices going forward. You've opened a bank account. This is a non-negotiable to have your bank account and your credit cards and your finances separated. You open a QuickBooks account or you started a financial spreadsheet, and you will manually keep track of everything that you're doing in terms of numbers, finances, money coming in and out, and started to create your folders in your drive, in your computer. My suggestion is Google Drive to keep yourself organized. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you are a little bit more confident that this is starting to happen. See you next time.